It's the premium travel card showdown between the four heavyweights, American Express, Chase, Citi, and Capital One. We'll look at the most expensive option from each issuer to find out which one is best. With higher annual fees, you may only want to have one of these cards in your wallet, so I'm going to help you figure out which one that could be. And we're going to go over a couple different categories to use to grade each one against each other. We have annual fees, welcome bonus, credits and benefits, spending categories, and transfer partners, and we'll see the results. First up, we have the annual fee, and we'll look at the American Express Platinum first because it's the most expensive card, $895. Okay, that is getting a little bit ridiculous. It's so crazy that these credit card issuers are just willing to put that expensive price tag on it, and so many people will gladly pay it. Then we move over to the Chase Sapphire Reserve with the second most expensive card, $795. The Citi Strata Elite is $595, and the Capital One Venture X is only $395. So how it's going to go in this video is we're just going to rank each card based on that specific category. So right here you can see that American Express was the worst. They get fourth place, and then Capital One Venture X, they were the best in the annual fee category, so they get a 1 score. It's like we're playing golf. The lowest score wins because we're doing first place to fourth place with all of these. And now we can move on to the next category, welcome bonus. This one's a little bit tricky for me, but for my number one card, we have the Chase Sapphire Reserve. I don't know exactly, and I don't think anybody knows this, if this 125,000 point offer is going to stay, but if it does, I would rank it number one. 125,000 points is pretty nice when you compare it to the other cards, like the American Express Platinum card. This one actually gets second place. It says 80,000 membership rewards points right there, but you can definitely find higher offers out there as high as 175,000 points. And that's why I originally wanted to rank the Platinum card with the first place, because if you can get 175,000, that beats the Sapphire Reserve at 125,000 points, but you're not always going to be able to find that offer, and many times you're going to have to apply for the card, and then Amex will tell you the bonus they're going to give you. And so because of that, I didn't want to put that first place. I was having a little bit of trouble determining which one is going to be third, but we have the Venture X because you get 75,000 Capital One miles for just spending $4,000 in the first 3 months. This did slightly beat out the Citi Strata because right now there is a limited time offer of 80,000 bonus points. And like we saw from other Citi cards in the past, they tend to have these limited time offers for quite a while, maybe even up to a full year after the new card launches. And so we may see 80,000 bonus points for a really long time. However, because it says a limited time offer, I do expect that it is going to drop from 80,000 to 60,000. So based on what I think the standard offer is going to be, that gets last place in a score of 4 in this column. And before we go any further, I do want to kind of mention some of my biases going into this. I originally, when I was before I did all this math and determined a winner from all these categories, I was thinking the American Express Platinum card seems to be the best card out there, and it's the most expensive. And then the Capital One Venture X seems to be like the everyday man's card. You know, it's the one that gives you the most value because it's only $395. And so that's what I was kind of going into this with. Like, Amex is the best, Capital One is the best value, and we'll see a winner. And I was actually pretty shocked at the results. Next up, we have the credits and benefits section, and I decided that this is actually so important that I wanted to double the score. I felt like this is where you're really going to get the most amount of value back for that high annual fee that you're paying, so let's just double it. We have the American Express Platinum up first with so many credits. We have Okay, it does say $3,500 plus in annual value that you could get, but come on, let's actually look at what that's really like. Well, first up, they mentioned the Global Lounge Collection, and they do have the best lounge access. And then we also have $600 of hotel credit, $200 of Uber Cash, Uber One credit, $200 of airline fee. We have a Clear Plus credit, Resi, Digital Entertainment, Lululemon, Walmart Plus, Shop Sacks, an Aura Ring credit, and they have Equinox and more too. And also the purchase protections and travel protections are pretty solid as well. For that reason, I gave American Express the #1 slot here. And so because we're doubling this category, they get a score of 2. And then next up, we have the Sapphire Reserve. I really didn't have any problem putting them #2 after I already had Amex #1 because they have a ton of value too. $2,700 in annual value. Okay, but what do you actually get? A really easy to use $300 travel credit. We have $500 credit for stays with the edit. Of course, priority pass, global entry, that one's not a huge deal, but then dining credit, Apple TV and music, Dash Pass, DoorDash, Lyft, StubHub, Peloton. There's so much here that they offer you in terms of benefits, not even including the 2 cents per point you're going to get when you redeem your Chase points in their portal for hotels in the edit collection. There's enough here. Oh, and also the best travel and purchase protections. After I looked at all these different cards, I believe the Sapphire Reserve is #1 in that area, but because of all the benefits combined, I put them at #2. Cards 1 and 2 were pretty easy for me to rank, but cards 3 and 4 a little bit more difficult. I did decide to go with the Venture X for 3rd place in this category because they're easy to use credits, even though the Strata Elite has a little bit more. We have the $300 annual travel credit, really easy to use in the Capital One portal. You also have the 10,000 bonus anniversary miles, that's really nice. And then the Capital One lounges, the ones that I've gone to, are super, super nice. The one in Denver and the one in Dallas. I believe that's my favorite lounge in the United States right now, the Capital One lounge in Dallas. And then they also have access to priority pass lounges, and I just think that it's more solid than the Citi Strata Elite, which does have some pretty decent benefits. I mean, there is a $300 annual hotel benefit, but you do have to stay 2 nights or more. They do have the $200 annual splurge credit, but it's only with a few different places. They do have the $200 Black Lane credit, but that one is a little bit more challenging to use. Of course, they have Priority Pass. They do have lounge access, but they only have 4 Admiral Club passes every year. And so I just couldn't put the Strata Elite higher than 4th place. So again, we got to double all of those scores, and then we move on to the next category of spending multipliers. While we're talking about all of these different premium travel credit cards, I'm assuming you like travel. And so here I have the Voyager suitcase from Level 8. They are sponsoring today's video, and I really like their suitcases. They have different ones on their website, but specifically the Voyager line, you can either get it in a check-in bag or a carry-on or various sizes as well. And you don't always have to go with a color like this. They have other black suitcases. We have our Hagant carry-on right here, and they are black if you want to go more manly like I do. Sorry, I don't know why I laugh. Why you laugh? Because this color, this is more Jenny style, but that's okay. You can get whatever you want. And the Voyager luggage, it's really interesting. I've never quite seen a suitcase like this where they have this bar all the way down the outside, but I really appreciate that because with other suitcases, sometimes the handle kind of gets in the way with you stuffing all of your clothes in there. And we've used Level 8 suitcases all around the world, in Asia, in South America, Europe, and we've loved it every time we've traveled with them. So we have a discount code for you, Jacob and Jenny 10, or you can check out the link in the description if you want to upgrade your luggage. This was one of the more challenging categories to rank because they're just all a little bit different. My number one in this one was the Sapphire Reserve. Yes, the highest earning multiplier is 8 times points, but you will get that with all purchases through Chase Travel. So whether that's booking a flight, a hotel, I don't have this card, but I believe that also includes attractions through the Chase Travel portal, and it includes the Edit, those really expensive hotels. And then when you are spending with travel on this card, if you book your flights directly or your hotels directly, that's also earning 4 times Chase points, which is huge. You also get 3 times points dining worldwide, but so many other cards get that too. The one thing that I didn't want to put it number one because of this, it earns 1 times points on all other purchases. But I went back and forth with other cards, and I'm like, I feel like I have to put the Sapphire Reserve first. Number 2 is actually going to be the Citi Strata Elite. I didn't have high hopes for the Strata Elite, but it was definitely pretty solid in this category. I mean, you get 12 times Citi thank you points on hotels, car rentals, and attractions once you book it through their portal. And then you also get 6 times points on air travel, also booked through their portal. So you do have to be portal heavy if you get the Strata Elite, but 12 times points, that's pretty amazing. Like, that's a lot of earnings. That's the highest point multiplier that you're going to see on any of these 4 cards. And then you also have 6 times points on Citi Nights, which I think that's it's a little gimmicky, I guess. Like, it's only for Friday and Saturday night. How many people are actually going to use that? 3 times points on any other restaurants. And then I really appreciated that they put 1.5x on all other purchases. In third place, we have the Venture X mainly because of this 2x miles on all other purchases. I think that's pretty great. You can kind of use this card for everything if you don't really want to think about what's going to be earning 3, 4, or 5 times points. It's pretty easy. But then the downfall was that you can only earn elevated multipliers other than 2x when you book through Capital One Travel. So 10x on hotels and car rentals, 5x on flights and vacation rentals through Capital One Travel. And so it was just kind of weak in those areas, but also like not too bad either. And so third place seemed right considering the American Express Platinum card is number 4, and it is pretty weak when it comes to their multipliers because you only earn 5x on flights when you book directly or through their portal. But then if you want to get 5x on hotels, you have to book through their portal and 1x points on all other purchases. And then we have our next category, transfer partners. And I decided let's double this again, just like we did with the credits and benefits section, just because transfer partners are where you're going to get a huge amount of value. Like, you have a premium travel card, you do travel a lot already if you're considering one of these. And so if you can utilize your points and get the most amount of value out of it, that is going to be huge. In terms of transfer partners, I studied this like crazy. I was like going back and forth. All right, which one has more transfer partners? Which one has more high value transfer partners? And I came to a very strong opinion on all 4 of these issuers. And so if you're going to try to convince me otherwise, you got to have good reasoning behind it. Number 1, we have the Citi Strata Elite. I've been kind of saying this card isn't that great, but when you come to Citi's transfer partners, I really looked at the unique ones and if you have a lot of the similar ones as all the other cards. Now, it's missing a huge point. It's missing Aeroplan. Like, that is massive. Aeroplan is one of the best transfer partners you have across all cards, and they don't have that, but they do make up in terms of their Choice Hotels partnership. Yes, Wells Fargo has a 1-to-2 transfer ratio just like Citi, but we're not talking about Wells Fargo in this video because they don't have a premium travel card as of filming this video. Hopefully they get one soon, but as of right now, if you're choosing between these 4 cards, choice is huge. And yes, you don't have to stay at the roadway inn down the street. You can stay at some really nice choice properties. And if you want even nicer properties, you can go with their preferred hotels partnership or their Leaders Club partnership or their unique transfer ratios to EVA Air or Thai Airways if you want to do the research there. And before I get too far, of course, their American Airlines partnership that they just established, like, wow, they have so many great things. Even if you only focus on American Airlines and Choice, like those two are fantastic. I'm getting all of this information from my transfer partner guide that I have. I'll have it linked in the description. You can click on that and you can get access to this, and you can even see my favorites off to the side right here. Now for second place, I'm gonna go with Chase. Everybody that is in this game, they know that Chase and their partnership with Hyatt is huge. No other credit card issuer has that, and you can get some amazing value with Hyatt if you want to stay at the very low end properties, or if you want to stay at the high end properties, or anywhere in the middle. You're probably going to get some pretty nice value transferring your Chase points over to Hyatt. But then also their airline partners are really solid. They have Air Canada, they have United Airlines, which is unique. No other credit card issuer in this video has that. And then they have all the usual ones like Air France, KLM, Flying Blue, Virgin Atlantic, British Airways, Avios, and then their unique partnership with Southwest. You may not want to use that, but it is unique, so I'm gonna mention it. Chase gets number 2 for me. Now number 3 shouldn't be a huge shock. We have American Express. I wanted to rank them higher in this video, but I just couldn't. And that really came down to looking at their hotel partners. A 1-to-2 transfer rate to Hilton is pretty solid. Like, it's not totally amazing like with Hyatt and Chase, but it is okay. But then you look at the airline partners and they are pretty solid. Air Canada, they have a unique partnership with ANA right there. They have Avianca Life Miles. They have all of the same ones like Flying Blue, Virgin, Atlantic. They have Avios transfers, but their Choice 1-to-1 is not good compared to Citi. And then they have Marriott, but Chase also has that, and that's not good either. So American Express had to go number 3 there, and I feel totally good about that. And then number 4 is going to be Capital One, because they just don't have a good hotel transfer partner. Like, they do have some, but Choice is 1-to-1 when Citi is 1-to-2, and then they do have 1-to-2 preferred hotels, but Citi has that 1-to-4. Wyndham isn't very good as a transfer partner, and then they have some airline partners which are all right, but they're all kind of the same ones that the other issuers have as well. So Citi number 1, Chase number 2, American Express number 3, Capital One Venturex number 4, and that's all of it. So now let's total them all up and see which one won. Coming in at number 4, we have the Venture X, which is actually kind of surprising to me. Like, we are really focusing on best travel card, not best value, but I still thought the Venture X might be better in some of these categories. Like, I have the Venture X, I really like it, but it just didn't compare to the other cards. We actually have a tie at number 2. We'll mention the Citi Strata Elite right now. I was thinking that it might get 3rd or 4th place, but tied for 2nd I think is pretty nice. Those transfer partners really carried Citi, as well as the spending categories weren't bad as well. And then also tied for 2nd place, the American Express Platinum card. I thought this one would win. Just before I started thinking about this video, I thought American Express, the Platinum card, oh, it's the best travel card. All right, easy number 1. Don't really have to think about it. But when you look at their transfer partners that I just don't think are as good as Chase and Citi, and then you also look at other things like terrible spending multipliers, like that really hurts the Platinum card. But you can still get a ton of value with the credits and benefits if you're into that. And then number 1, we have the Chase Sapphire Reserve. I thought this card was going to be like number 2, number 3, but it's number 1, which kind of shocked me. But I mean, the annual fee is high, but the transfer partners are great. The spending categories are pretty solid. The credits and benefits are pretty solid as well. So I don't even have the Sapphire Reserve, and now I'm thinking like, okay, maybe should I go out and get it even with the crazy annual fee? Like, I'm perfectly happy with the Sapphire Preferred right now, but should I go for the Sapphire Reserve? I don't know. I guess I'll have to think about it. So, I mean, I have links to these cards in the description. Some of them are referral links, some of them are not. I just want to make sure that you actually can go to the right place and get the card. If this video helped you make a decision on that, it would really help support the channel if you do decide to use a referral link. And don't forget, I also have that transfer partner guide that a lot of people have told me they really, really liked it. So I'll have that in the description as well. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.